Mythics, one and all. How are we? How are we? How are we? Yes, it is another Wednesday. It is another 6:30 UK time. A couple of minutes late. Sorry about that. My name is Ken Boyter. This is Edra Tales Twitch Channel, part of the Edra Tales universe. This is Grockle Snook, part of the Bottled Imp-verse. Yes, it's Jam. Bonjour. It's Martha. Hello. Hello. As they say in Norway. What's hello in Norwegian, Martha? Bonjour. It's obviously French. Oh, okay. H-E-I. Is that like hey? I'm terrible with other languages, as you'll probably gather. I find it difficult with English, let alone other languages. I got a D for my French, which it's not a pass. Good midnight, yes, good midnight, Lewin, how are you? Salute! Or salut, isn't it? Silent T, I think. Hello there, Jonathan, yes. Tag. What's tag? Is that German? I have got, actually, I did buy myself some CDs. Oh, yes. CDs, my friends. How to Learn Dothraki. How to Learn Dothraki from Game of Thrones. And I had planned to do that on the Bottled Imp YouTube channel. But we just, we were kind of coming to the end of actually us doing videos. So that's a shame. So I do want to do that one time. Quite fun. Tag, day in German. Oh, okay. The old Deutsch. I might disappear if the power gets cut due to the wind. Oh, sorry about that, Martha. Sorry about that. Hopefully it won't. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. How is everybody? Is everybody doing all right? Are you having a good week? I'm having a good week. It's been busy with my various projects. I really am trying to finish other projects. Buongiorno. That sounds Italian. Am I correct in that one? Buongiorno. We have that in Scotland too, Martha. Yeah. Oh, Coninochwe. Is that Klingon? Is that Klingon? Somebody must know Klingon. Koninochwa. Is that Japanese? Yeah. If you are offended because I'm mispronouncing these words, it's Japanese. It is Japanese. It is Japanese. I do have very, very mild dyslexia. I do struggle with some words. Certainly foreign words, I have no idea. Very tired, Martha is. No creative stuff done at the moment. Been kind of burnt out. Yeah, that can happen, can't it, Martha? The good thing about it is that you've recognised it and then you're just taking a break. So, yeah, just have a couple of days off or whatever. Just take a break. Konnichiwa. 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 That actually sounds like I'm saying it right. Thank you, Jonathan. Kawichina. Jan's put here the Manikar, again with my pronunciation, Malinkar. Soft covers to be ordered tomorrow. All the hardbacks were sent out. Yes, well done. Kickstarter being fulfilled. Talking of Kickstarters, I'm sure they're going to be looking forward to that. I think I'm backed for that, didn't I? So my soft covers should be coming to me. Soft cover should be coming to me soon, I guess. Okay, Jonathan's been feeling a bit fed up because 3 projects that should have been done and dusted last year are still dragging on. Yeah, I feel your pain there. And that means I can't start anything new and exciting and that might earn some more cash. Yeah, that is the frustrating thing about it, is all of these projects, they take a little time, don't they? Because we care, we want to do a good job. So they take time. And they take time anyway, I guess, even if you don't want to do a good job. So I feel for you there, guys. Yeah, I feel for you, Jonathan. And I guess most creative people are like this. you're working away at something, you get halfway through, and then you go, oh, shiny thing over here, another idea. I'll start this one. Oh, and then another one. Oh, but what about this one? Yeah, I better go back to this one. Yeah, but hang on. That's how my brain works. So I'm determined to just really finish off projects and get them done. Whip round next time, yeah. I know. It's just one of those things. You kind of... The thing about it is, yes, we are kind of doing it for money, but you're kind of doing it because you have to do it. I remember when I go without periods of just creating, writing, whatever it is, art, designing board games even, or even acting, it makes me depressed. I get upset. I get sad. So I kind of would be doing it anyway. If you can earn money from it, that's a bonus, obviously. I'm the safe. Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, it's a compulsion. It is a compulsion. You just kind of want to keep producing. Exactly. Talking of Kickstarters, though, very briefly, I am getting delivery tomorrow of the decks, the Magical Objects decks, both black and white and colour, and also the Mythical Creatures colour. They are getting sent to me tomorrow from the printers. So that's always a very exciting time. What I'll probably do is a little unboxing, just to go through them all, just to see if they're all right, and just put that up on the video. And then I will send out an update on Kickstarter for anyone that backed them. And then also, I hope to send them out Friday. How about that for a turnaround? Get them on Thursday, send them out Friday. Get them out as quickly as possible. When I was a teacher, if I didn't write for long periods of time, I got antsy. Yeah, antsy. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I'm desperately trying to do all my creative stuff, to pay for me to be full-time, and my mediumship to be full-time, my own boss, because then I can determine, my hours, and I can determine my creativity, because some people are more creative in the evening. I'm more creative. Well, no, I'm more creative, but I'm a night person, so I can quite happily work till like 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Whereas I kind of struggle. If I've had a good night's sleep, I can get up and work in the morning, but I prefer not to. You have to write to remain silent. Oh. Jam. Yeah, Martha's already put that in. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So, before we crack on any further, nothing like a warm orange heat lamp in the winter midnight. Yeah, oh, that does sound nice. I can see why kitty cats love them. Maybe I should accompany it with a coffee. Oh, that sounds nice. Have you got is it warm? Is it like a special... Oh, it's a heat lamp. It is a heat lamp. Oh, God, they're amazing. Are they outside? The ones that are outside are amazing. Talking of something else, it's going to warm the cockles of your heart. We've got some Hobgoblin beer on the go, my friends. Thought I'd crack open this bad boy. It's Ruby beer. Ruby. It's 5%. It's from the Witchwood Brewery. The redesign, though, I'm still angry. I'm still angry at them. Their old label was much better. This is a pale imitation. Or Gourish. So there we go. It's Ruby beer. So we're going to crack this bad boy open. Anyone else partaking in a bit of a tipple? Jonathan, you normally have a few whiskies on the go. Baby Sham. Maybe a hooch. Who knows? Oh, look at that, mate. I don't know if you want to see the pouring. Look at that. Oh. That's a proper pint. That is a proper pint. Look at that. Look at that. There's no messing with that one. Stop wasting energy on that, Ken. You can't do anything with the label. I know, Martha. I know. Just upsets me. Orc ale in Fighting Fantasy. Yes. Bit of an orc ale. Spider fella, don't you give me that, Jam. Oh, Learings, but I only use alcohol as free sleep assist on long flights to England, for example. Oh, okay, fair enough. If it helps you sleep. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we are playing Curse Breaker. Curse Breaker by Simon Tudhope. It's the second book from Osborne Publisher. And the illustrations are by Tom Knight. Oh yes, I didn't print them out actually, but just to let you know, all the illustrations, I went through every single one of them. We've had a look at that one. I went through every single one of them, apart from the one we've already done. And I scanned them in to my little PC, and I put them all up into the Edra Tales Facebook group, into the media section that says albums, and I've labelled them something like Curse Breaker illustrations. And also, if you click into them, underneath I put in the description what entry numbers they are, just to make it really, really clear. So if we do happen to stumble across an illustration, hopefully you guys can actually see it, and then you guys can do the puzzles. Martha's book, I have a beer named Writer's Remiss. Oh, nice. Writer's Remiss. I like that. Harrison's Ford, The Fugitive in Steampunk Victorian. I really liked that film. That was one of my favourite films. I just thought it was really well done. It was such a tense, taut, and brilliantly written thriller. I think it was based, wasn't it? It was a TV show in the 60s in America. And I just thought the film was amazing. I saw that at the cinema. I thought it was really, really good. Jam's put, I've had a coffee. Oh, I had a coffee, but drank it. Got a bottle of rum in the cupboard. But won't be touching that. I think the number 44. Oh, I think the number is 44. Look at the card on the dice on the table. I don't know what. Well, hang on though, Martha. Don't start solving them yet. Don't start. Oh no, Oh, I see. This is the one. This is the one we were stuck on, wasn't it? Right. Oh, okay. Okay. So Martha's ahead of the game here. Martha's ahead. Saw the TV series as well. Yeah, I vaguely remember the TV series. Maybe I should look that up. So Martha's ahead of the game. She's ahead of the game. Well, I'm just going to do another Druid Wisdom card very quickly, and then we'll crack into it. Oh, because last time we picked one which was really apt. I think it was that one. No, it was one about like going on an adventure. So we'll shuffle these. The Druid Wisdom. 0.44. Okay, here we go. Right, we're going to split this into 3. Okay. Oh, that's a nice one. I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to go for that one. A nice standing stone. Look at that. So, Druid Wisdom card. So, no way! Hang on, didn't we get this last time? Trust the journey. You saw me shuffle these. You once wished to be where you are standing in life now. Look back and reflect on the journey you travelled. How far your heart has carried you through. Well, that is very, very apt because, yes, we have been on a journey. A curse breaker journey. We did. It was that one. How weird is that? You saw me shuffle them as well. That's really bonkers. For those of you that didn't watch part 1, I did that at the beginning of part 1, and that was the same card. You see, it's not me. It's Druid Wisdom. It's the Druids. Woo! Spooky. Okay, so where were we? 53. 53. Yes, I think we were up to another picture, weren't we? So Martha was absolutely correct. So it says here that she wants to show us something. Yeah, what is it? Oh yeah, we've gone to see a tarot reader or a mystic. And she says, lean forward. You peer into the glass at first. All you see is mist. Then it clears and you're in your childhood room. Back how it was with your toys spread out and sunlight slanting through the window. It's strange, but that's how you always remember it. Warm and bright and safe. Yes, that's it. Where did that feeling go? Even the weather seems different now. Okay, so that is... So if you look on the Edra Tales Facebook group, not the page, but the group, in the media section in the album that says Cursebreaker, I think it says Cursebreaker Illustrations, look for the section entry, the entry number 53. I've numbered the pictures, but if you can't see the numbers, that is the image that you're looking for. Have a look in there. I tried to grab some fog and mist. It's always tricky, that, isn't it? So it says, there are clues in there to a number. When you think you've found it, the fortune teller will place the card with that number next to the other 2 cards on the table. Add up all 3 numbers, then turn to that entry. Okay, so she's put 2 cards down here. The death card and I'm not sure what that one is, an angel. So it's 9 and 8, and then there's another card to be found within that. Another number. Things should lead. Well, there's number 2 and 2. How did you work it out, Martha? Yeah. Okay. Oh, it says here, find the third card. You must choose. The ball will guide you. Turn the page. There are clues in there to a number. When you think you've found it, the fortune teller. How did you? I looked at the dice and the card in the crystal ball. Oh, okay. So there's the dice. Oh, thank goodness Twitch and Facebook can operate simultaneously on iPhone. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I wondered about how that, because you'd either have to be watching this on a phone and then look at these images on the Facebook group on a laptop, or vice versa. So you looked at the dice. Where does the dice lead you, though? Oh, 3 plus 1 is 4. Oh, I see. Yeah, and then the 2 playing cards. Ah, okay. So what do people think? So there's the 2 playing cards within the crystal ball. It's a 2 of diamonds and a 2 of spades, so that's 4. Plus, then on the bookshelf, there's 3 and 1, so that's a 4. So does that mean it's 8? Because there's only meant to be 3 numbers, I think, isn't it? But there's an alphabet up here, but that I don't think has anything to do with it. I think there's just other clues, other things to confuse us. So what do we want to do then? What do we want to do? Because I think we're only meant to have 1 card, and if it was 44 plus 9 is 53 plus 8 is 61. So do we think it's 61? You decide. Or is it meant to be 4 plus 4 is 8? So that would be 8 and 8 is... What's 8 and 8? Hang on, 16 plus 9 is 25. So do we think it is... What did I say first? Red herrings. They can't chop shrubberies. What? I think that's a joke. So what did I say before? 61 was that. So 44, yeah, plus 9 is 53. Yeah, 61. So do you think, lame-o, do you think it's 61 or do you think it's 25? Oh, it's a Monty Python. Oh, shrubberies. We want a shrub. It's the knights that go, nee. Quite like Minty Python. What do you want to do? You vote now. Vote now. Is it 61 or is it 25? You let me know. You let me know. What do you want to vote for? Unless someone else has got something else. Okay, Martha's put 61. Lirin and Jam have put 25. I'm not sure I'm right, though. both fit within the entry numbers, so they both potentially could be correct. Okay, so let's look at 25 first, and if we're wrong, we'll just ignore that and we'll go with Martha's one. Let's have a look. It's not 25. So is Martha correct? It's not 61. Only putting 25 because I won a box of Maltesers in a raffle. Good, I like the logic there. Good thinking. It's neither of those. So have another look then. There are clues to a number. Okay. There are clues to a number. So have a look at the image. It's all in the. It's just in the circle. It's not on her. It's just in the circle. So the clock is at 5 minutes past 3. Does that make a difference? There's a chalkboard here with arrows showing the seasons. And also there's the compass sort of thing, plus there's a compass over here, so I don't know if that ties in together. Forewarned is forearmed, is written on the picture. It says far side, outnumbered, return, and I can't read that one. I really do need a magnifying glass. Four fingers on the orb. Oh, do you think it all points to that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, should we try 4 then? That it points to actually her fingers on the orb. So that'll be 4 plus 9 is 13, plus 8 is 21. Far side, outland, underworld, and return. Isn't that Orpheus? Is it Orpheus and the underworld? Isn't that what he does? So what did I say? 21. Let's see. 21. F-O-U-R. 4. Oh, you did it. Look. Oh, far side. 4. Under and return. So, between you, yeah, so Jonathan got the correct way of doing it. Jam kind of guessed, well, there's 4 fingers on the orb. So, that was just unfortunate that she had 4 on there. Yes, look, 4. Oh, Jonathan, no wonder you're a... yeah, high 5. High 4, Jonathan. No wonder you're a game book writer. Ah, look at that. Look at that. You guys smashed it. Well, Jonathan, to be honest. Right, okay, 21. Madam Esther. Is that right? Esther. Madam Esther finds the card and lays it next to the other 2. She mutters some words under her breath, and the scene in the room starts to shift. The sunlight fades, and the hands of the clock spin around and around. 4 seasons, exactly. Osborne books really respect that deductive abilities of the readers. Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, and the cards plus 2 and 2, and then there's a 3 and 1 on the dice. So there was a few ways of getting it. Oh, and the 4 fingers. Oh, okay, I take it back, everybody. Yeah, so we kind of between us. So Martha did point out the 4s, the dice, and also the 2. Yeah, but that was an extra one as well, wasn't it? Oh, and on the clock it was probably 4 minutes past 3. It's probably 4 minutes past 3. And also, look, forewarned is forearmed. 4 acrobats, blimey. Oh, it's all over the place now. There's 4s everywhere. 4 seasons, yeah, as Jonathan said. 4 acrobats. Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, then there's these little airships. Look, there's that airship there in the window, plus there's one on the map. There's probably 2 elsewhere as well. Oh yeah, there's there's a picture drawing. Oh, aren't they clever? Aren't they clever? Okay, she mutters some words under her breath, and the scene in the room starts to shift. The sunlight fades, and the hands of the clock spin around and around. The door opens from behind, and light from the landing falls across the floorboards. There's a shadow, and like in a dream, you already know who it is. Your dad, who's been dead 10 years. In silence, he walks across to the blackboard and picks up the chalk. Only when he's finished does he turn around, looking at you expectantly, like when he was teaching you to read and write. But on the board is a single word, invasion. And he's drawn something, an umbrella and a top hat. Ah, there's the little illustration there. There we go. Lovely illustration by Tom Knight. You reach out and grasp as your hand strikes the glass. You'd forgotten the ball, the fortune teller, everything but the room and your dad. But he's gone now. The ball is empty and lifeless once more. Gain 1 ability point. Yes, cash back. So, how would we like to spend our ability point? You can vote for that. We've got 6 Sense, we're on 4. Athleticism, we're on 4. Skill, we're on 4. Endurance, we're on 3. So how do you want to spend that? Vote now. Just write which one you'd like to spend it on. 4 heads, John, Jam, Martha, Lyra. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see you didn't include me on that one, Jam. Okay, so Martha would like 6 Sense. Oh, look. Oh, here's my beer. Oh, hello, beer. Oh, nice. Hello, Ruby. So I've continued to do my board game Sundays once a month at the White Horse Pub in Hertford, and it's going to be normally the 3rd Sunday of every month. So if you have a look up on Edra Tales website, I've put a list now of the exact dates, and it's going to be from 2 p.m. Normally it wraps up about 6 p.m. However, the pub does stay open, so if you're in the middle of a board game, we can stay there longer. So do join us. But this just reminds me of I just was transported back to the White Horse Pub, playing board games. 6 Sense, okay. Let's role play all the way as we just went on a spiritual trip, to the inferior realms of dreams. There is not a spider in my tankard. Okay, so we're going to go 6 Sense. Let's do it. So we have now got 5 for 6 Sense. It'd be good to get 6 for 6 Sense, and it just, kind of evens out. It feels right. Okay, Madam Easter. No, Madam... What's her name? Esther. Madam Esther looks at you, and fear is etched across her face. Someone was trying to reach you. Someone more powerful than me. You ask if she means your father. She shakes her head. The vision was pieced together from your memories. That's why you saw your father, but the message is from somebody else. She looks at you across the table. What did it mean? Oh, what did it mean? You shake your head. I don't know. She gathers up the 3 cards and hands them to you. Keep these. Maybe whoever reached you will try again. You thank her and stash them away safely. Now go. The coast is clear, even if your future is not. Add fortune teller's cards to your logbook. Okay, fortune teller's cards. Fantastic. I'll write the numbers down as well. Fortune teller's cards. 9, 8 and 4. Fantastic. Right. Right then, fortune teller. I'm just going to write that also in our list of numbers, our entry numbers, just in case we need to go back to refer to her. So we are now on, that was 21, we're turning to 303. There's a big hairy one. I'm not falling for it. Though through the delicious, through the delicious Australian kids drink made of chalk cream floating in Coke is called a spider. Is it now? Well, I don't mind drinking that. That sounds delicious. Why someone would call it a spider, though? Because they're not delicious. I did go to school with a kid at primary school, weirdly enough, because that's where kids go. In my primary school, there was a kid that ate worms at break time. Like you do. In fact, he did also eat spiders. Just little ones. You know, I'm feeling a bit peckish. I'll have a spider. Why not? And then we did go on holiday, as a school holiday, to Swanage, and he ate a little baby jellyfish when he was on the beach. Why not? Also write down invasion. Ah, yes. Yes, that's very good. Good, let's write that down. Notes. Invasion. Yeah. I'll write that there as well. Invasion. Okay, so obviously the world is being invaded by something. We've got to stop them. What's Grocklesnook up to? What are you up to? He's looking pleased today. He's plotting an invasion. He is. He's staring right at me, though. He's staring at me. I think what... There you go. Stare at them. Okay. Poking your head slowly outside, you see she was telling the truth. At the end of the passageway, you join the crowds and make your way out through the park gates. They lead onto a cobbled street lined with glittering shop fronts. This is the jewellery quarter, where young, well-dressed couples mingle with married men and wealthy widows. You see a tall man in a top hat bend down and enter a shop. He stands out because he doesn't look like the sort that would normally buy jewellery. And a moment later, the shopkeeper locks the door and pulls a lace curtain across the window. His face is white. Hurrying on, you glimpse... hurrying on... Blah, blah, blah. Hang on. Did your school friend grow up to become one of the producers of... Yeah, help, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. He didn't, but you know what? That would be his dream job. He did, ironically enough, train to be a chef. And that is absolutely true. I remember I was at college, the local college, Ware College, doing graphic design, and I bumped into him in the corridor. It was like a separate building where they did all the cooking. And I bumped into him and he was wearing his chef's, whites. What are you doing here? And he went, oh, I'm just learning to be a chef. I was like, what? That's incredible. I'll have a spider pie, please. So there we go. I suspect it's the university's Chancellor Umbridge. Ooh. Hurrying on, you glimpse Pendle Rise through a gap in the buildings. It's a low hill that used to be separate from Meyerwick itself, but now the city surrounds its ancient walls. You pick up speed with your goal in sight and almost knock over 2 guards as you turn into a quiet lane. It takes a moment for you to gather your wits and reach for your sabres. Uh-oh. Oh, all of us are doing that. If you lose a round, we're into combat. Add together the damage ratings of the 2 guards, then take the total from your life points. Oh no. If a guard is dead, don't add their damage rating. If you win a round, deduct the combat points only from the guard you chose to attack. And remember to keep a note of how many rounds you have left for that guard too. Okay, so we are fighting guards. 2 guards, they're not that strong. They've got a life force. Well, when I say strong, they've not got a lot of life force. So we need to win 2 rounds for the first guard and 1 round for the second guard. They They will do 1 damage if they win each. So that's not too bad. We got to do the first guard in 5 rounds and the second guard in 4 rounds. Yeah, fight. Here we go. Being anthropods as well, they say scorpions and spiders cooked nice and hot actually taste like cooked shrimps, crabs and lobsters. That might be the case, Lirin. I don't think I want to try that. I don't know, it's weird, isn't it, how some cultures are fine with certain foods, other cultures aren't. It's just what you're used to, isn't it? Ah, it's a ventriloquist dummy. I don't know, but that's just there. But it's a really cool... There's that brilliant... Has anybody watched Family Guy? When Roger, the alien, pretends to be the dummy. That's a really good episode, but they're all good. Okay, so combat, just to let you know, just to remind you the rules of combat. What you're going to do is, at the start of each round, you decide how strong an attack to launch against your opponent. You have 2 options: standard attack or power attack. So you guys are going to choose which one you want to do. The one with the most votes will pick. Standard attack, you roll 7 or more, your opponent loses 1 combat point. You roll 9 or more, the opponent loses 3 combat points. So, what would you like to do? Bearing in mind, the first guard has 2, and so it would take us 2 rounds if we do 1 combat point of damage, if that makes sense. We've got 5 rounds to do the first one and 4 rounds to do the next one, but he's only got 1. So, let's vote then. What would you like to do? Type standard if you want standard. Type power if you want power attack. What would you like to do? 1 point of combat damage or 3 points of combat damage? Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. Yeah, Jam's gone for standard. It's probably a good thinking to begin with. Lirin's also going for standard. Feels bad attacking our former colleagues. That is a very good point, Martha. However, we are actually on the run. We've been fitted. For those of you that missed part 1, I should have said this at the beginning actually, but we have been framed for a crime that we didn't do, apparently, just like the fugitive, and we did manage to break out of the cell. So we are kind of on the run. So unfortunately, because we've bumped into the guards, it's going to get messy, isn't it? Standard. Okay, we're all going for standard. Better to have a chance to draw first blood. Okay. So what we're doing then, we roll 2 dice. We got our talisman dice. Here we go. We're going to roll 2 of those. So we need to get 7 or more with 2 dice. Okay. Okay, every time you fail to match your chosen roll, you must cross out 1 or more of your life points. These are the hearts beneath your head. 1 heart is 1 life point. To find out how many to cross out, look at your opponent's damage. Yeah. Before that, check your logbook to see how many life points you have. So we have 10 life points, by the way. Band on the run. Okay, here we go then. This is for us. We need... Oh, no, yeah. We need to get 7 or more. Bosh, look at that. That is 9. So, we still only deal them 1 damage point. And because... oh no, that was the first guard, wasn't it? It did say you have to pick them. Okay, so that was the first guard. So they are down to 1. So this is for the second guard then. Let's do the second guard. Again, you're going to have to... Hey, Colin! Howdy, howdy, howdy. We are fighting some guards. We're on guard. We've just wounded one of the guards. They've got 1 life point left. The other guard has 1 life point. You have to vote now, so let's vote again. Would you like standard or power attack? Standard Wednesday night activity. Yes, absolutely. Bit of a bust up whilst drinking some beer. Yeah, standard. So standard means that we have to roll 7 or more. If we'd gone for power, we would have to roll 9 or more with 2 dice. If we get 7 or more, because we want standards, then we deal them 1 point of damage. If we'd gone for power attack, we would have dealt them 3 points of damage, but we don't have to really go all out at the moment. Okay, so let's do that again. We're going for standard. We need to get 7 or more. 7 or more. Roger Moore. Look at that. 9 again, so that's fantastic. Okay, so that was the second guard. The second guard, gone. And this is our next round. So, would you like to go standard or power? It's harder to get power. We only need to damage them 1 point, so standard's probably the best one. Power against the next Ghastly Knave, who has more HP. Yeah, exactly. That's probably a good way of playing it. Martha's gone for standard. I've gone for more ruby. Oh, that is good. That's nice. That goes down so well. It's dangerous. Yeah. Power. More power is probably the best power attack in the world. Does that sound like him? Colin, by the way, Board Game Sundays, they're the 3rd of every month. If you go to Edra Tales website, click on Board Game Sundays, you can see every Sunday now that I've put down. So if you and Philippa or just you want to turn up, you're more than welcome. And that applies to anybody that can get there. You're more than welcome from 2 p.m. In the White Horse pub. All the details are on the website. And we'll probably wrap it up about 6 o'clock, but the pub stays open longer. So if we're mid-game, we can stay for longer. But yeah, no pressure. Have a look if you want to come along. Spider is spinning at the bottom of the glass. It better not be. Better not be. I'll have it. In the vocal style of you two. Sunday. Sunday. Is that Gloria Honeyford? I don't know that one. Was it Sunday Bloody Sunday? Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay, we're going to go for standard again. So this is for the first guard. We only need to hit him once. Oh, is that Mamas and Papas? Okay. Yes, look at that. Bosh, 10. We're high rollers. So, we've dispatched both guards. They dead. I'm just going to make a note of that. 2 dead guards. Okay, we didn't get wounded at all. Didn't lose. Sunday. Oh, is that Mamas and Papas? I don't know. I've got a vague memory of that. If you win, turn to 91. Well, you guys did win. Kicked him in the nuts. No, that's not going to kill him, is it? I wonder if you can die from that. Can you die from that? I wonder if anyone has died from a swift kick to the groinal region. Okay, bear with me because we have 2... No, it's a short one. I thought it was a long one. It's not. The final guard falls with a sigh, dying on his lips. You kicked me in the nuts! He was younger than you. Wiping your sabre, you feel its cruel cold through the fabric of your sleeve. At the end of the lane, you meet one of Meerwick's many canals. Crossing over, you follow the towpath to the base of Pendle Rise. You've made it at last! Gordon's alive. 221. I shall smite thee, cleaves him in twain, down the middle, as he gains a literal split personality. Hope they were dry roasted. Well, if he lays in the sun for too long, then I would say yes. 221. Okay, yeah, that's a good point, Martha. I think really that Simon Tudhope the author, maybe could have put a bit of like, a bit remorse. It's like, oh, your fellow colleagues, you know, you feel sad, but you've got no other option. Yeah, I agree. Okay, we've got a page to read, so bear with me. Buckle down. Here we go. Buckle up, buckle down. Let me frown. You follow the red brick wall around to the gates, but the old gatehouse is empty. Is this right? Beyond, the driveway winds up through the woodland park. You find a section of the wall that's covered with ivy and start to climb. The vine thickens as you get higher, and you reach deep to grab the rough, twisted branches near the wall. Wiry tendrils cling to your arms and smother your face. But finally, your groping hand clasps the top and you haul yourself over. On the other side, trees rustle softly overhead. The city suddenly seems very far away. The old house sits at the top of the hill, and you set off through the parkland, picking your way over damp, mossy ground. There's a flash of something white, a deer bounding away through the trees, and behind are the grey stones of the house. The woods reach almost to the walls. You find a pair of wooden doors with a great metal handle, and knock 3 times. Silence. You look up at the dark windows, the great lichen covered stones. The house seems to be holding its breath, and then you hear a bolt being drawn back, the latch lifted, the door creaks open. Can I help you? The voice is clear and precise. It's a butler. Can I help you? The voice is clear and precise. A butler steps into the light, his uniform immaculate, his grey hair combed neatly to one side above wide-rimmed spectacles. You realise you're at a loss for words. Can he help you? What are you expecting exactly? You see the absurdity of your vague, half-formed hopes and feel the panic rising in your chest. What if he were to turn you away? A polite but firm apology, ushering you into the arms of the guards. He clears his throat, and you blurt out for the first thing that comes to mind. By the way, Colin, we have been framed for a crime we didn't commit. We claim we're innocent. We escaped from a prison. That was what happened in part 1. We are a city guard, or we were, but now we're on the run, and we're trying to find out why this has all happened. She's dead, Mallory. That was her name. She's dead, Mallory. That was her name. I thought the butler's name was Mallory. Like the A-Team. Exactly like the A-Team. Yeah? Although we ain't afraid of no planes. She's dead, Mallory. That was her name. She whispered something to me. Oh, yes, and this woman whispered something. Skiramore. His eyes flickered to your... Hang on. His eyes flickered to your uniform. No, you stutter. It's not. I'm not. They're the ones trying to kill me. Oh, look at this. If your sixth sense level is 5 or above, we're on 5. We're on fire. Which it is, so we're going to turn to 160. I always like that when you can reach the targets and then you get the extra little bit of information. So this should help us. You look down and you see your lightsaber halfway out of its sheath. There's a hook under the handle. Hang on, that's not right. Is it? Yeah. Okay, there's a hook under the handle, lifting it gently into the air. Jumping back, you hear a hiss and screech as a fissure falls from the windowsill above the door. It leaps to its feet and disappears inside the house. What? We picked the right score to advance. Yeah, let me reread that because I'm not sure what happened there. Says stay up, turn to 160. You look down and you see your lightsaber halfway out of its sheath. So does our saber react then to danger? There's a hook under the handle, lifting it gently into the air. Is that us lifting it gently in the air? Jumping back, you hear a hiss and a screech as a fissure falls from a windowsill above the door. It leaps to its feet and disappears inside the house. What madness is this? We've got a night saber. There was no information about that. What do you think just happened there? So I think we were... Yeah, okay. No, it does make sense. It does make sense. I just looked at the alternative to that, though, if we didn't have enough points. Okay, so we've managed to avoid that. 294. So well done. That's our 6 cents. A hunch. I must apologise, the butler says. Meg can be a little overzealous in her duties. I'm a little cutie pie, short and stout. Here's my handle, here's my spout. A poltergeist, perchance. This is a Victorian Dickens-esque murder mystery after all. Well, mystery after all. Meg. So Meg can be a little overzealous in her duties. He steps neatly aside and holds back the door. Please come in. You hesitate on the threshold. A fisher, you say, and he nods. I rescued Meg from some children who tried... Oh no, who tied her to a firecracker, to her tail, who tied a firecracker to... I'll start it again. I rescued Meg from some children who tied a firecracker to her tail. They mistook her for vermin, but I assure you, she's very clean and clever. You step inside and see her sitting on a rafter, cleaning the hook at the end of her tail. Beneath her, light slants across a faded tapestry on the wall. The butler's footsteps ring out on the flagstones, and you follow him down a long corridor. Finally, he stops at the entrance to a grand hall and turns to look at you coolly. His words come fast and precise. The lady of the house welcomes visitors who are welcomed by the house. By this, I mean that you will not find her unless the house itself allows. He pushes his spectacles back up into the bridge of his nose and waits. You ask what he means, but he holds up a hand. Please, step into the hall. If the house judges you worthy, it will point the way. Turn over to see the hall. Okay, we've got another picture puzzle. I've just published a book about poltergeists. Waterstones say they're just flying off the shelves. That's pretty good, Jam. That one, I like that one. Okay, so if you go into the Edra Tales Facebook group, in the media section, there's an album that I've titled Cursebreaker or Cursebreaker Illustrations. If you find the image 294, that has got 2 spiral staircases and a fire. That is the puzzle that we are now going to try and solve. So it says here, look carefully, and if you see where the house is directing your attention to, turn to the number you find. It says if you're at a loss or guessing correctly, well, if we guess incorrectly, we'll cheat. But oh, I see. So yeah, there are a load of portraits. There's portraits on the side, portraits there. Portraits all the way up here, all with numbers on. So somehow there's going to be clues so that one is being pointed to more than others. Unless, of course, it's not a portrait number, because they might be tricking us. You decide. So yeah, as I say, Edra Tales Facebook group. In the media section, you click on the media tab when you're in the group. I think it's at the top, isn't it, the group? There should be an album called Cursebreaker. And go to the illustrations, and it's the one with the staircase and the portraits. So have a quick look at that. See if you can work it out. There's numbers like 27, 5, 14, 21, 13. So let me know. Type the number if you think you've worked it out. Will I get even slowly more drunk? Just to let you know, what was the clue? Okay, the clue was... It says here, look carefully, and if you see where the house is directing your attention to, turn to the number you find. So somehow there'll be sort of clues that should direct you to one number. I don't know how it's directing you. It just says if the house seems to be directing you to a number, turn to that one. Oh, okay. So I think I found one clue. The statue here is pointing. So is that pointing directly to the number? She is pointing to a number. I think that says 20. But also in a portrait here, there's one here. So I think it's a series of people pointing. Yes, but just to let you know, we do the live game book streams every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. UK time. So we'll be doing part 3 next week. And also I do 2 other live streams. I do one on a Friday evening at 7 p.m. UK time. That's where we do a video gameplay through. That's where I crack open the Xbox. And we are playing Lost in Random. And also every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. UK time, we talk, it's Edra Scrolls, Ramblings of a Storyteller. It's where we talk about creativity, we talk about fantasy, we talk about your projects that you're working on, and we talk about my projects, and hopefully we can help each other if we need to. Okay, so there's a statue pointed to 16. The painting is pointed at 3. And Jonathan's, but I think it might be 27. So, maybe you add them up. Oh, there's the bird over here, though. Did you guys see the bird over here? The bird's pointing somewhere. So where do you start? That's a good point. Is it the statue? Yeah, that's quite tricky. Right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. As Jonathan is very, very clever, we shall... let's go for 27. First of all, let's have a look. Oh, Jonathan. You're a genius. You're a genius. It is 27. Well done. It said, your eye travels from the window to the gargoyle. From the window to the gargoyle. Where's the gargoyle? Is there a window? Oh, there are 2 windows. Okay, it says, your eye travels from the window to the gargoyle to the statue. There's something. Are they pointing? Pointing to the painting on the wall. You walk up the stairs and look closely. There's a young woman on a swing hanging from a tree. She's all alone in the forest. Her blue dress catches the sunlight and you hear birdsong. It takes a moment to register. Birdsong? She looks at you and smiles as the dress ripples and the swing completes its arc. Wow, okay, so which picture is that then? I can't see that one. But hey, we did it though. Jonathan got it right. So well done. Hello, she says. What year is it? You stammer a reply, and she muses it for a moment as she swings. 222 years, she says, almost to herself. The rope creaks against the bough. The forest does strange things to time, you know. She looks at you closely. I don't like the latest fashion. It's a guard's uniform, you explain. So I was a bit aggressive there. It's a guard's uniform, you explain, smoothing it down self-consciously. A guard? She cries, stopping and glaring mid-swing. I didn't call a guard. You quickly explain about Mallory, and she relaxes. Poor Mallory, she murmurs, but an unknown in Scaramore. She looks down at her bare, stockinged feet. Still, I suppose the house likes you. What's your name? You reply, and she reaches into the folds of her dress and takes something out. A looking glass. Except the glass is missing. It's only the frame. Take this then, Seagrave. She walks towards you and reaches out. The frame emerges from the painting, a skeleton hand gripping the handle. You take it and the hand withdraws. Who are you? You ask. Mary Finch, 27th Watcher of Scaramore. You nod and breathe deeply. You feel faint. The looking glass seems to swell in your vision, and the stairs slip away beneath you. Gain 1 ability point and add the looking glass to your logbook. Fantastic. Write 222 down. Why 222? Yeah? What's 222 then? Let me just make a note of that. Okay, we are also going to write down 222. What is it? A looking glass. We're going to write down looking glass. And an ability point. It was 22 years. Oh, I see. So something happened. Right. She called a Seagrave. Do we know that? I'll write Seagrave down. I'll put our name. Question mark. Maybe our name's Seagrave. Oh yes, sorry, it was the year that she said, didn't she? Let's have a look. Oh, 222 years. Okay. We're getting 1 ability point. So which ability point, where would you like to spend that? Thank you for that, Martha. Would you like to add it to 6 Sense? We've got 5 6 Sense points. Would you like to add it to athleticism? We've got 4. Would you like to add it to skill? We've got 4. Or would you like to add it to endurance? We've got 3. You decide. It's not up to me. I'm not playing it. You decide. You decide while I get drunk. Isn't that right, Grokklesnook? I'm not getting drunk. I'm just getting a bit merry. Get a bit merry. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Here we go. You decide. Endurance. You need that for midnight gaming. Yeah. We do need that for midnight gaming. Yeah, we're lacking a little bit in endurance. I guess that does need to be propped up. Anybody else want to vote? Anybody else vote? If you don't vote, I cannot register your voting. You have no voice. I'll go with that, okay? Anyone else? I'll go with that. Why not? And that carrot is also low on that score. Yes, endurance. Thank you very much, Martha. Okay, so let's do endurance. So we are on 4 for endurance, 4 for skill, 4 for athleticism, and 5 for 6th sense. So far, so good. Thank you, Colin, for voting. Yes, so far, so good. This is turning out to be pretty good. It says then roll 1 die and add your endurance level. Oh, okay, that was good then. I thought I wouldn't read that until we did that. So there we go. Roll 1 die and add your endurance level, which is now 4. So I don't quite know if it's going to be good or if it's going to be bad. It says if your total is 8 or higher. So that might be good, it might be bad. Who knows? Let's find out. Jack or Jane of all trades. J of all trades. At 6 plus 4, I make that a 10. So yes, that is higher. 1, 4, 1. It's all coming up roses. 1, 4, 1. Okay, here we go, here we go. You reach desperately for the banister as your knees buckle. Your fingers clasp the handrail and you cling on, waiting for the room to stop spinning. At the bottom of the stairs, the butler pulls out a chair. You stumble down, take a seat and close your eyes. I'm curious, actually, to see if we were meant to get over or under that. Shall I just have a quick look? I'll have a quick gander. Shall I? No, that's not fair. No, I won't do that. I won't spoil it. Okay, so we didn't lose any life points, so that's good. So I'm assuming that was good to get over 8 for that. 2, 4, 8. Okay, 2, 4, 8. 2, 4, 8. Here we go. Something looms over you, and it takes a moment for your eyes to focus. It's Meg, with her big green eyes. She chatters excitedly, and the butler pushes her off your chest. Drink this. No, hang on. Drink this, he says, handing you a teacup. It's still hot. You're slumped in a chair. The seat is deep, and you shuffle back and take a sip. You feel the stairs rising above you. The painting must still be up there, but you don't want to look. Is she still there? You ask. The butler inclines his head. She's waiting for you. What is she? I think you should address your questions to Milady. You nod slowly and drain your cup. You haven't come all this way to leave now. Mounting the stairs, question after question races through your mind. You turn to face the painting, and she's not swinging anymore. She's waiting for you, just as the butler said. All your questions can be answered by one word, Seagrave. Magic. She didn't even let you open your mouth. You don't believe in magic, do you? Even in my time, the old beliefs were gone. But the magic is still there. I found that out. And you will too. She looks at you sadly. You'll find out more than you want. Her change of tone catches you off guard. But after a moment's pause, she carries on. Take the looking glass to Demon's Well in the Whistling Mountains. There are mirrors that can be remade. Demon's Well, you ask wearily, and she nods. From Mount Scarfell, look due east. Demon's Well is at the tip of the witch's nose. You wait for her to continue, but she pushes off from the soft grass and starts to swing. Is that all? You say, your voice rising. Is that all you're going to tell me? She leans back. No, there's one more thing. You may have heard rumours of an invasion that's coming. Well, they're wrong, because it's already happened. Years ago. She meets your eye. They're already here. You feel a curious sense of distance opening up between you. Her voice is fading. The mirror will show you the one who rules the invaders. I cannot see their face. Their magic is too strong. But Seagrave, you lean forward to catch her words. Beware the men in top hats. You must get to Demon's Well before they get you. You open your mouth, 100 questions on your lips, but Mary Finch, 27th Watcher of Scaramore, is frozen once more, mid-arc. Oh, holy smoke! Holy smoke, it's more intriguing than ever. Witch's nose. Yes, okay, Lirin, thank you for that. We shall write that down for sure. Right, where's my notes? I'm going to write that down there. So, we are looking for Demon's Well. Demon's Well. Which is at the witch's nose. And where else did you put? Oh, yeah. No, yeah, witch's nose, yeah. Hang on, what was that? 341. Oh, I've written down the wrong number. Oh no, 248. Sorry, I got confused. I'm ahead of myself. 248. So from Mount Scarfell, look due east. Mount Scarfell, look due east. What does due east mean? When people say due east or due north, does that just mean north? Is that what it means, rather than southwest, or is that what that means? Okay, so 341. It hadn't occurred to me that what that means, due west and due north. 341. I'm sure people will know. I'm sure Jonathan will know that kind of thing. Which spells nose spell? Which spells nose spells? The butler invites you into the kitchen for a bite to eat before setting off. So you have a choice. Would you like to accept the butler's offer? Type yes. If you don't want to accept his offer, type no. What would you like to do? Yeah, Martha. Martha's trusting. I probably would trust the house as well. Everybody wants a snack. Everybody wants something to eat. Okay, 165. We're haggard enough as we are. Yeah, we can gain 2 life points back if it does allow us to do that. So that's always good. 165. I'm really glad that I did put up those images onto the Facebook group, because it means that you can work out the puzzles rather than me. Never turn down free food. Absolutely. Absolutely, Colin. He relaxes a little in his cosy confines of the kitchen and tells you there are no other staff except for a gardener who comes occasionally. I can't tell you how many times I've looked at that picture, he says, buttering 2 thick slices of bread. I don't stare, just a quick glance while dusting and walking past. I'm never sure whether she can see out, you see. As he walks across the pantry, a hooked tail descends from the ceiling and takes a slice of bread. He returns with a block of cheese. I know someone's not getting their hot water bottle tonight, he says loudly, cutting another slice of bread. A crust bounces off his head. And that's the first time I've heard her talk or seen her move in all my years working here. You ask him how long that is, and he tells you he's been the butler of Skerrimore since his dad died 30 years ago. Thank the custom of sacred hospitality. Absolutely. Oh, the little one is cute. She is, isn't she, little Meg? And he never saw her either. You have to go back 8 generations to find an Arkwright who waited on my lady in the flesh. He puts the sandwich down in front of you. She's really that old? He nods. She's been waiting a long time. Add 3 life points. Cash back. So we can only actually add 2. But that's better than having none added at all. There we go, 380. This is working out to be a good little session, isn't it? Hey, so far, I don't want to jinx it, but so far nothing bad has happened. Nothing bad has happened. Okay, so 380. Oh, that's near the end of the book. It's near the end of the book. He sees you to the gates, and as you walk down the long driveway, Meg runs up and wraps herself around his neck like a scarf. You ask if he has any family. I see them on Sundays and special occasions, but the house is family too. He glances back with pride. My son will follow after me. There's been an Arkwright at Skerrimore for many generations. As you approach the gates, he takes a card from his breast pocket. This will cover the cost of transport, he says. Show this, and they'll charge it to Milady's account. He hesitates and clears his throat. It's really very important that you reach Demon's Well. You're our only hope. He opens the gates, and as you walk through, you feel something land on your shoulder. Meg, the butler says. She chatters gently by your ear. You want to go with Seagrave? She leaps back and nuzzles his cheeks before returning to your shoulder. You're going to help, are you? Make everything goes off as it should? You tell him you're not sure if it's a good idea, but he shakes his head. She's made up her mind, I'm afraid. You're stuck with her now. His tone softens. Just make sure you bring her back in one piece. Martha, we've got a little pet, we've got a little friend. He smiles. As you turn from the gates, Meg burrows down inside your coat. Beneath you lies Merwick, smoke rising from its countless chimneys. Yahoo, we've got a companion, yeah, absolutely. Though the smog, you can just make out a dark ridge line on the horizon, the Whistling Mountains. There are 2 ways to get there, airship or train. We need to protect Meg with our lives, absolutely. Absolutely, Martha. So add calling card to the logbook. Okay, calling card. Okay. Then, if you'd like to charter an airship. Wow, we get to choose. What would you like to do then? If you'd like to charter an airship, type airship. If you'd rather catch the train, type train. Oh, your friend's dog is called Meg. Fantastic. The only Meg I really knew or I became aware of when I was a child was Meg the witch. There was Meg, wasn't there? Meg and her cat. What was the cat called? Ah, Colin would like to go on the airship. Yeah, it's not often we get a chance to ride an airship. Mog, that was it. Meg and Mog. Mog, yeah. Colin's also put Mog. Yeah, fantastic. I love those as a kid. One of my favourite kind of books of, picture books. Airship. Experience the entire steam punch pack. Exactly. Got to embrace that. Here we go then. We're going on an airship, ladies and gentlemen. We are going on a bloody airship. Right, 34. 34, 34, 30, 30, 34. I'm sure you appreciate my singing. Here we go then. Oh. The aerodrome is nearby, on the outskirts of Marwick. How are you with heights, Meg? You are walking down the hill, and as if in reply, she hooks her tail onto an overhanging branch and swings from tree to tree. Below, you see the airships tethered to their mooring masts, some big enough to transport 100 people, some much smaller. The smaller ones are what you're after, flown by a single aeronaut who negotiates their own rates. But finding one willing to fly you to the Whistling Mountains won't be easy. Though we kind of crashed Jonathan's airship half a year ago. Yeah, that's true. It did seem to catch fire, as I recall. My girls have Meg eggs and Meg castles. Oh, fantastic. That's fantastic. You spot a red airship at the edge of the airfield. And even from here you can see strips of yellow and blue where it's been patched up with whatever material was to hand. You smile to yourself and hurry downhill. I don't know if that's a good thing, 'cause it's going to be cheap, but if he's patching up with plasters, is that a good thing? Avoiding the main terminal, you clamber over a low fence and make your way across the grass. Above you, the red airship sways gently in the breeze, its nose tethered to the mast. The words of an old sea shanty drift down. You start climbing the steps. The singer is at the top, swabbing the gangplank. You introduce yourself, and he cups an ear. What was that, Seagrave? He slams his mop into his bucket and roars with laughter. Well, that's a pretty name to take on a voyage. He turns back and carries on with his cleaning. Where do you want to go? You tell him, and the mop stops. Interesting. Can you do it? He turns around and he looks you up and down with a shrewd eye. Eventually he scratches his grey beard. You hand over your sabre till we land, and I won't ask why you're avoiding those guards over there at the terminal. He jerks a thumb over his shoulder, like that, just like that, over there. Agreed? You nod. Now, there's not many here could get you to the Whistling Mountains in one piece, and none who'd take a known fugitive. He spits over the gangplank. I won't do that bit. What I'm saying is, I don't come cheap. You show him the card the butler gave you, and he grins. Oh, clever. Very perceptive chap. That'll do. Captain Gambrel. No, Gambrel? Captain Gambrel. Captain Gambrel. I don't even know my own name. At your service. There we go. Captain Gambrel. Let's write him down. Write his name down. Captain... Caveman! Okay, 265. Aye, Captain. 265. There it is. Steady the nerves for the airship. You climb onto a small cabin filled with sacks and crates. Make yourself comfortable, says Gambrel, shifting a few boxes around. There's a hammock slung across the stern and plenty of crates to rest your legs. He makes his way to the helm up front. Through the open door, you see the ship's wheel and various instruments and levers. You sit yourself in a by a porthole, and you look backwards towards the aerodrome. But just as you're settling down, the doors to the terminal open. 2 guards step out, accompanied by a tall, thin man in a top hat. We were warned about the men in top hats. He points to the low fence you climbed over. The guards seem to be trying to explain themselves, almost cringing before him. And you remember the watcher's words. You shout a warning towards Gambrel. I'm crying from laughter, just found my old story, and the captain is called James. There you go, Captain James, at your service. Don't worry, he calls. Don't worry, he calls. I've seen him. You feel a jolt as the ship is released from the mast, and as you rise above the aerodrome, your beating heart slows. Any later, and the fence would have been under watch. Outside, the propeller splutters into life, and the whole of Myrwick spreads out beneath you. Meg climbs out of your coat and leaps straight into the hammock. Cheeky Meg. Ah, stowaway, Gambrel says, looking behind him. That'll cost you extra. He brings the ship about. The sun is setting, and over his shoulder you see the dark line of the Whistling Mountains, like ashes beneath a fiery sky. I'd get some rest, says Gambrel. You look like you could use it. Right. Oh, if you have the cloak. Yes. We've got the cloak. We've got the cloak. I'm pretty sure we've got cloak. We've got cloak. Oh yeah. You got this. You have. You basically, this session has been pretty much a perfect session. You have made all the right choices previously. You must feel very, very proud. And I'm very, very proud of you too. Wrapping up your cloak, you climb into the hammock and are lulled to sleep by the deep drone of its engines. Add 5 life points. Is that add life? I like cloaks. I prefer watches, though. You get one of those for that. Osborne journeys sure love their ships, be they sky or sea. Okay, I think we're not allowed to go above our life force, are we? Or are we? Maybe we are. Yeah, but you can never have more than 12 in totals. That's such a shame. That's such a shame. Okay. 1, 2, 4. I think for my... I wonder why that is. I think for my... Maybe because it makes it too easy if you just keep racking up the points. However, though, I feel like we've missed out on that little bonus, you know, of having a cloak. So there must be some other thing that I would want in a game, that if something doesn't quite work, that you have some other compensation for that. Add 5 life points. So 1, 2, 1. I don't know what that would be. I have to think about it. This might be the perfect place to stop, so we don't stop on a cliffhanger. Well, Martha, a good storyteller. I gotta stop on a cliffhanger because I want you to watch next week, don't I? Shrieks! You sit bolt upright and the hammock tips you into the deck. Get up here, Gamel shouts. Scrambling to your feet, you run to the helm. The mountains are sharp and jagged on the horizon, almost blinding in the morning sun. You shield your eyes and you see a ragged band of birds above the ridgeline. They're not birds, Gambrel growls, and they'll tear my ship apart. He points back to the centre of the cabin. Under the canvas is a turret. Sit down and I'll drop you through. Hey, it's like Star Wars. You drag away the canvas and stand back. It's a giant crossbow. The bolts alone are the length of your arm, fed into the groove along a leather belt. And behind is a seat with a harness attached. Oh, I got the hiccups. It's only then that Granville's words register. Drop me through. Strap in, Seagrave. There's pedals to swivel you round. It's them or us. You don't have time to think. I got one. Great, kids. Don't get cocky. Hey, there you go. I got one. Great, kid. Don't get cocky. Terrible Harrison Ford impression there. Drop me through. Strap in. Blah, 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 blah. You don't have time to think. There are goggles on the seat and you strap yourself in. Your stomach lurches as he drops you through the cabin floor, and the noise from the propeller is deafening. It takes a moment to get your bearings. Then you see them. Their giant bat-like wings beating in unison. They're almost upon you. Granbrel brings the ship about, and they flash past with an unearthly screech. Not like that. That's just me coughing. Their long claws, inches from thin skin, that's keeping you aloft. You swivel the turret and watch them turn. There are 12 bolts in your bow, and as you line the first shrieker up in your sights, roll 1 dice. Okay, let's do that then. We'll do this. Roll 1 dice. Let's see what happens. Okay. Hey, there you go. Little TIE fighters. 5. Roll 4 or 5. You wound it. Fill in 1 half of its crossbow. Okay. If your skill level is 5 or higher, add 1 to each roll. For example, so it's a 6. You kill it. Fill in both halves of its crossbow. Oh, crossbones. Oh, there they are. There's 3 of them up here. We're in combat. We're in combat. When both halves of the creature's crossbones are filled in, they tumble from the sky. After each roll, scribble out one of your 12 bolts below. Okay, so we killed... that's the first one. Okay, we might as well do this. Okay, so that's 1 crossbow bolt. Okay, let's do it again. 5, that's a 6. Bosh. Have some of that. Yeah, if your skill level is... Oh, no, it's not. It's not. It's not. Okay, that's fine. That's the first one killed. That's the first one killed. Okay, here we go. This is the second one. 3. What's 3? What's 3? Oh, you miss. Okay. So that would be the third bow. So this is the fourth bow. Here we go. It's a 5. So we hit half of it. So we need to get another one. Oh, that's a miss. So that's 5 bows. Here we go. That's another 5. That's the second one dead. That's the second one dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. We've got 7 left. Okay, let's do it. We can do it. Let's get a 6. Oh, that's a miss. So we've got 6 crossbows left. 6! Bosh! Straight between the eyes. If you kill all 3 screechers before running out of bolts, turn to 3-3-1. We did it. 3-3-1. 3-3-1. 3-3-1. Where's 3-3-1? Okay, with a piercing screech, the last screecher falls to the earth. Gain 1 ability point. Okay. And that is where we will end it there. We're going to find out what happens next. Whew. What would you like to add it to? How would you like to spend the ability point? So we've got 5 6 cents. Would you like to add it to 6 cents? Type 6 cents. We've got 4 athleticism. If you want that one, type athleticism. We've got 4 skill. If you want to add it to skill, type skill. We've got 4 endurance. If you like to add it to endurance, type endurance. What would you like to say? Skill, I say. Yeah, everyone's now like skill. Yeah, we need more skill. Chewy. Yeah, we did it. Moved over to the dark side, you have. You've done little Yoda. Okay, so we're going to add it to skill. So we're now on 5 skills. So both 6 sense and skill were on 5, and athleticism and endurance we're on 4. We are on 12 life points. We've got 2 shillings. We've got a night saber, we've got mini cross, and 12 bolts. We've got a smoke bomb, we've got a safe cracker, we've got a cloak, we've got a sleeping potion, fortune teller's cards, looking glass, calling cards, and the word invasion. 222 might be important. We're trying to get to the demon's well at the witch's nose. Mount Scarfell, look due east. So there we are. Because we did exercise skillful shots. We did. We did. The more we practice, the better we get. Fantastic. Fantastic. Hopefully you guys are enjoying Cursebreaker. I am. I think it's very well written. Got some good clues, good puzzles going on. Good storyline. It's a good storyline. Good sesh. Exactly. And good beer. What more do you want? Good friends. Good friends. What more do you want? What more do you want? Oh. Waste not, want not. Cheers. Good heavens. Yeah. Very much enjoyed, and cuddly animal companion too. I know, that's the bonus. Let's write Meg down as well. I didn't write Meg down. I'll put Meg. Companion. Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it every week. I know I say every week, but I do mean it every week. It's not changed. I still mean it. And once again, just to let you know, I am going to be taking delivery of the Story Spark cards. They are coming directly from the printer tomorrow. They're being delivered tomorrow. So, hopefully, I aim to send them all out to everybody on the Friday. That's this Friday. And then, depending on where you live and depending on how good the postal service is, you should get them, I would say, within 2 weeks. 3 weeks if you live further afield. But certainly in the UK, you should get them within a week, I would imagine. So there we are. We got Meg. We need Jason Statham now. Exactly. Jason Statham. Yes, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Lee Ring. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Jam. Thank you, Lee Ring. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Jonathan. I'm just looking back to see if anybody else joined or commented. I think that was everybody. But if I have missed your name, forgive me. But thank you so much for watching. And if you watched but you didn't comment, that's obviously perfectly fine. You're more than welcome to do that. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you did want to comment, though, you do need to follow the channel. In order to comment on Twitch live streams, you do need to follow the channel. And if you would like to get notifications of when I go live, hopefully it works. They have been a bit glitchy. Then please click the remind me or notify me button as well. It all helps with the algorithms. Night all. Fantastic. Until next time, magic be with you always. Creepy eyes.